Tom, thank you very much for joining me today. I just wanted to have a little chat with you, as I know we're doing a lot of work with Progressive now, and we have been for a while, obviously. And as you know, it's National Apprenticeship Week coming up soon, so we thought it'd be nice to showcase, the work we're doing with you. So, if you don't mind, would you like do you want to start just to introduce yourself and a bit about Progressive Sports, what you guys are all about?
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Lisa. So my name's Tom Hatton. I'm the director of operations of Progressive Sports. Progressive Sports has been going now for about 18, 19 years. Our head office is based in Staffordshire, but we have some areas that we run regionally from Central Point, but we also have quite a vast franchisee network. So we work with about 150 schools, probably nationally. 60 to 70 plus wraparounds nationally as well.
Wow, it's a lot, isn't it?
I mean, those are obviously connected with the franchisees as well. But yeah, we're doing okay, Lisa. We're doing okay.
Okay, so you're mainly working with schools then. That's predominantly what you're.
Yeah, sorry. So it's primary. It's the primary sector that we work with predominantly. The mission is still to inspire and encourage children to be physically active throughout their entire lives. We've got many positive stories of that, and we've got long-standing customers because it's all about the relationships that we build, and trying to hit their expectations and give them a real positive experience.
Yeah, sounds brilliant. So listen, obviously, because we're talking about apprenticeships today, do you want to just tell me a bit about how perhaps Long Progressive have utilised apprenticeships in the business, and what programs generally do you look at doing for your staff?
Yeah, so we've explored with the apprenticeship kind of sector and service for probably 7 years, realistically. So we're perhaps a little bit late to the part. I know things have escalated with the apprenticeship sector recently, but probably about 6, 7 years. We started off sort of with the community activator level 2. We found it to be it was the perfect opener for young aspiring coaches who didn't necessarily want to stay on and sit in a classroom and go to college and all those sort of things. They wanted to be practically learning on the job. One of those apprentices is still with us to this day. So from our very first cohort, which we're really proud of that. So the community activator was the first one. We've then moved into, as the sector has sort of expanded, we've expanded into the kind of play leader because of the wraparound sort of fold and mould that we're working with coaches with. We're currently doing the level 4 sports apprenticeship with yourselves. And we're not just from head office, so within Staffordshire, but some of our Gloucestershire team are based on doing that as well. A lot of our franchisees use the Storyy group for their level 4s as well, which is brilliant. We do the level 3 team leader. So that has been a lovely step for those coaches who they're looking for a career step. They're looking for kind of more responsibilities, a little bit more management. They want to take
more management.
They want to take some of the younger coaches under their wings. And it's important that we don't just assume that they can naturally do that. So we put the infrastructure in place using the team leader qualification to do that. And that's served brilliantly for the team and everyone that's in it. And then we also, a few of us have done a level 5 kind of operational and departmental qualification. So a little bit higher, level 5, but and that was extensive, but really rewarding as well. So we found it really good for the business. It's been really positive.
Oh, that's great. And then I think the play worker as well, the level 2, because obviously you do a lot of wraparound care, don't you? And obviously your breakfast clubs, after school clubs. The play worker qualification works really well for that sort of role, doesn't it? I think.
It's kind of a natural fit. It's a real perfect fit because it's more hands-on. It's a little bit softer, and the breadth of it is, the scope is wider. So like I said, we've got some really good coaches who are going through that at the moment at the start of their kind of pathway. So
brilliant. Okay, so why do you think you decided all those years ago then to go down the apprenticeship route? What kind of drew you in? I'm sure obviously I know there's always been funding available. We'll talk about that a bit more in a minute, but what really appealed to you as a business to think about apprenticeships?
The the recruitment for any business in any sector was always challenging, and usually it's a case that those who can get their recruitment right will have an advantage within the sector, within their industry. So we looked at the apprenticeship route as our logic was if we can mould young coaches, shape them in a certain way using the upskilling qualifications available, then effectively we are creating our team from the very beginning of their journey. So they're learning good habits straight off the bat and things that are from our core values that we want to deliver into schools. They're able to interpret that and deliver that on a daily basis from the word go. So it's been really, really good. But I think it's also the professional development side for us. Like I said, when we started with just the level 2, it was about recruitment from the very beginning of someone's pathway. What we found as we've gone away is we've been able to introduce it into the career pathways for the team. So we've been able to write kind of professional plans, map it out. When we host one-to-ones with team members, they can say, I'd like to aspire to this level. And we say, well, okay, we can support you with that. And it's just the fact that they learn on the job.
Yeah, that's the big benefit, isn't it?
There's extensive knowledge within the team as well as on the course. So they're able to bounce ideas off each other really well.
So it's obviously really important to you to give those opportunities to your existing staff, isn't it? As well as obviously those new recruits that you're bringing in as well. So you're obviously giving the opportunities to both, aren't you?
Yeah, we're trying to differentiate. So when we recruit, we're always everyone's trying to differentiate themselves with a job advert. And if we can put an apprenticeship down as not as a perk of the role, but it's an instant professional development as well as the salaried role and responsibilities. But they get to go and do something that they love, and we're going to physically support them. That's great. Yeah. I mean, we've always done a lot internally, a lot of internal training. There's all the compliance stuff that we have to do, and they're very much. The compliance is obviously hard skills. We want the team must know and be aware of certain things within our sector. But then there's the internal stuff. But an apprenticeship has just been the perfect qualification to upskill them and really develop their CVs for their next steps.
That's brilliant. So have you found, because I know how busy you all are, and obviously working in schools, and times are, you're all over the place, aren't you, all the time. So have you found that hard? Allowing them to have the time to do their apprenticeship work as well and have their meetings, with their coach? I'm sure it's a challenge, isn't it?
Yes, there is challenges to it, but the return and the reward is massive. I think it's logistics. Any company in our sector will have very much logistically minded people, and they'll be able to structure it in certain ways. And as long as if you can carve time out at some points, give them that opportunity to be able to do that work, then it's never really been an issue. But it will.
It's about working together, really, isn't it? And just coming up with a plan, isn't it, that works for you? I think that's what we've done with you, isn't it? You sort it out at the beginning, what the schedules look like, and then operationally you just make it fit, don't you? You just got to be flexible, I suppose. And that's a massive.
Yeah, that's one of the many positives of working obviously with yourselves, is that you are adaptable. We've got transparency from both sides. So if a rota changes, if a timetable changes, if there's something urgent that crops up, yes, we encourage the team to communicate with their tutors, but also we can communicate with you directly and say, look, this is going to be a longer term fix, so we need to have a look at the different tutoring sessions. But it's been brilliant to be able to do that.
Yeah. Brilliant. So just finally then, I think we've covered a lot of what I wanted to talk about today, but just finally, if there are any employers out there similar to what you guys do, well, actually anybody, not just in the sports coaching world. So what would you say to any employers that are thinking, oh, well, I haven't done apprenticeships before, I've heard this, that and the other about it. What would your advice be to them? Would you say, just go for it, give it a go? What would you say to those thinking?
My advice would be, don't delay. There's no reason to not explore it. The advantage it will give you, the edge it will give you within your sector, you'll be able to, those who get recruitment right, those who get their professional development and retention right, and using the apprenticeship is a massive part of that, you'll have an advantage. So don't delay. There's funding pots out there. There's great providers of apprenticeship courses. It's genuine CPD,
Yeah.
and you've got nothing to lose. Go for it.
Yeah, let's go for it. Well, great advice. I think we'll end on that then, Tom. Thanks so much. It's been lovely to chat to you today. And obviously here at Storyy Training, we look forward to continue working with you all. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Lisa.